Welcome to sportsreview.com. We now welcome new guest and sports writer Martin Green to the show. Martin, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me, Natalie.
Now, Premier League futures, what a change they've taken since the beginning of the season. Most notable is Chelsea's fall from grace and subsequently their drop in odds from 2.6 back in July to today's odds of 21 with Paddy Power. Let's take a look at the previous odds. The Premier League odds published in July 9th, 2015. Chelsea was priced 2.6, Man City 3.75, Arsenal 6, Man United 6.5, and then Liverpool 29. The odds as they stand now, Man City now are priced 1.83, Paddy Power, Arsenal 3.5, Bet365, Man United 9, 888 Sport, Chelsea 21 with Paddy Power, and then Liverpool 51 with Coral. So the first question is, Martin, is who is going to lift the trophy at the end of this season?
Well, right now, it looks very much to be a two-horse race, I feel, Natalie. Manchester City are looking to be by far the strongest and most dangerous team in the league. And they started the season in really imperious form, won 5 in a row, and they were looking like they were going to run away with it. But such is the erratic nature of the way Man City play. They then lost 2 games and then won another one. So they're on 6 wins out of 8 games. They're still looking strong, but it looks like the only team that can really keep up with them for me is Arsenal. They had a really convincing win in their last game. They butchered Manchester United 3-0. And for me, it's looking like a straight-up fight between the two of them. I'd say that Manchester City has the edge because they have more experience, they have more title winners in their side, and they're more expensively assembled side, probably looking stronger all over. But they have a funny thing that happens to Man City when they lose a few key players out of Sergio Aguero, David Silva and Vincent Kompany. Yeah. They start to look very fragile. So Arsenal could capitalise on that, and if they stay consistent for the season, I think they could be a good bet to win their first Premier League title in the best part of a decade.
Yeah. Would you say now is a time to bet on them? Is it maybe better to wait sort of like for the January transfers? But then could the odds sort of like lower for the Man City win?
I think for now it might be worth holding off on Man City. They're quite short priced right now, but they're coming into a stage where they're missing 2 key players in Aguero and Silva. They've got a tough game coming up against Manchester United, so you might see them start to drop a few points in the coming weeks.
Yeah.
And it might be worth waiting to see if their odds move out a bit. Whereas now might be a good time to get on Arsenal because they've got an easier run of fixtures coming up. They're just hitting their stride. So if Manchester City start to slip up, you might see the odds go in on Arsenal. So I'd say probably wait till then. And it's definitely worth looking at what's happening in January because then you get a much clearer picture of who's going to win. The team that's top of the table on Christmas Day is often the team that ends up on top overall.
All right. Does Chelsea stand a chance at retaining the title?
For me, no, I'm afraid not. They were dominant last season, but all the Titans from last year are just looking so out of sorts at the moment.
Yeah.
You had players like John Terry, Branislav Ivanovic, Matic, Fabregas, Diego Costa, Eden Hazard. Their spine, they're just not playing. And for me, they've already dropped too many points to be realistic contenders this season. They're 10 points behind Man City, and I think that is just too big a gap to make up right now.
All right, and who would you put as your top 4 finish?
For the top 4, I'd say Man City and Arsenal would be nailed on. Arsenal never finish outside of the top 4. I'd say that Man United are probably looking good for that 3rd spot. And then it's a really fascinating battle for 4th place. You'd still expect Chelsea to have enough in their squad to make up the points and break into that top 4. But then there's a resurgence going on at Liverpool. They've just appointed the most coveted manager in world football, Jurgen Klopp, who had a fantastic time at Dortmund. So he could galvanise them and get them up the table. And then you've got the likes of Tottenham and Everton knocking on the door as well. So, yeah, there's some interesting betting there. But I'd probably, if pushed, I'd say Man City, Arsenal, Man United, and just about Chelsea for that top 4.
All right, fantastic. Martin, thank you for joining us.